this Thursday, the 5th of October. It's 12 minutes to 6. A woman from the New Forest who suffers from a rare disease of the skin and connective tissue is raising awareness of the condition with the launch of her first novel. Lynn has suffered with scleroderma for 16 years. All proceeds from the sale of her first book, Prizewinner, which is out on Monday, will go to SR UK for research. I spoke to Lynn earlier and started by asking her what scleroderma is and how it's affected her.
Scleroderma is a rare autoimmune disease, connective tissue disease, which turns the body into stone. It's not contagious, infectious, or hereditary, but it is incurable. The body attacks itself. They're not sure what causes it. It could be toxins, stress. They still don't know, unfortunately.
Can you describe your symptoms?
Yes. Because due to the overproduction of collagen, which means far too much scar tissue, it's left me sort of partially unable to use my hands. They fixed, they curled. I get ulcers on my fingers. Symptoms, just fatigue, because the body is fighting itself. So it's like, having constant flu the whole time. The body the whole time is trying to fix it. So physically, I've been left disabled in certain ways where my mobility is affected, and it has really affected my hands so badly I can hardly move them.
And how long have you been suffering?
16 years now, 16 years.
And what were the initial symptoms that made you go to the doctor?
Just extreme tiredness. I was living and working in London at the time, had a full-time job, a full-time social life, and just got extreme fatigue, and my fingers started swelling up like little sausages. I knew something was wrong, and Raynaud's, because Raynaud's goes with it, but Raynaud's is secondary, so it doesn't mean if you've got Raynaud's you must start thinking you have scleroderma. Most definitely not. Yeah.
Okay, so Lynn, I know that you've said you don't want to be defined by your disease, and I know you've got loads going on in your life, and it's been a very busy and active life. Your most recent achievement, I guess, is the writing of a novel, Prizewinner. Tell me a little bit about the novel.
My novel, yes. I started going to writing classes locally, autobiography and creative, and suddenly I came up with a novel. It's based on my life experiences whilst living in Africa. I was born in England, but I was brought up in South Africa and Zimbabwe. So I used all my life experiences, and it's a love story, but it's called Prizewinner, Danger and Passion, based on a safari. So there's lots of love, passion, and lots of danger, rhino poaching, and some of the awful, horrid things that do go on in Africa.
Because I know you have an interest in conservation and wildlife, don't you?
Yes, I do. Yes. I always have, and especially at the moment, and which is why I've used this to highlight the horrid things going on and the appalling rhino and elephant poaching in Africa. And this novel's actually giving me an opportunity to highlight this.
And I know you've got a launch on Monday in London, and you've got a very big name from the world of entertainment who's going to be giving some readings. Tell me a little bit about that.
Oh, yes, right. The adorable Simon Callow, the actor and director and author. He has actually written the foreword for my novel, and he's going to be there as a guest VIP speaker reading the excerpt from my novel, and also the love and passion from my novel, and also, I'll give a secret away, an awful carjacking scene. So very excited to have him there.
And proceeds from the novel are going to be going to the Scleroderma Association, aren't they?
Yes, SRUK, which stands for Scleroderma Raynaud's UK. They're the biggest charity for scleroderma and Raynaud's. And yes, the donations from the profits of my novel are going to this charity. And also another one, the Charles Wolfton Centre, which is a great passion I'm the ambassador for, and Simon Callow is the patron for.
Okay, so that's how you've come to know him.
Yes, correct, yes. It's the Charles Wolfton Centre for Reconstructive Surgery. And it's a huge, important area of medical research, developing new treatments on using stem cell transfers.
And has Simon Callow been supportive of the novel? Has he read it? Have you heard him read anything out loud yet?
Oh, yes, he has read it. He said he read it from beginning to end. Yes, he has, and which is why he has written a rather lengthy but fantastic moving forward, for my novel. Yeah, and he spent a short time of his life in Africa, so he can relate to that in his upbringing, actually.
Lynn, what's next? Because is this just going to be the start of a series of novels, perhaps?
Yes, actually. Oh, yes, Sam. Thanks for mentioning that. I have a new blog, which I'm starting, which is called Diamond Drama Diary. It will be a blog coming very soon on all the dramas going on in my life and leading up to the next novel, indeed, carrying on. But I also do a lot of work for the Royal Free Hospital and running a stem cell group with Professor Butler.
Finally,
leading it.
Finally, Lynn, thinking about people who might be facing a scleroderma diagnosis, what would your advice be?
Right, get to your rheumatologist straight away, because like anything, early intervention is the way to go with anything. The sooner one catches it, the better. It can prevent it from becoming worse and starting treatment ASAP.
That was Lynn Stablecki, a truly inspirational woman. I've met her. She's fabulous, and she is holding her book launch at the Royal Free Hospital on Monday at 5:30. That's Monday the 9th of October. And she says if you are passing, you are welcome to join her and listen to Simon Callow read from her novel. And let me tell you, it's pretty racy, so I would really love to hear Simon Callow read out some of those, the more passionate scenes. Looking forward to that. Now, it is 5 minutes to 6.